economics and public policy major at DePaul University, and I'm really interested in education policy. So whether that be legislation, pursuing my PhD, I'm currently a McNair student at DePaul University, so I know that although I don't have a specific route that I want to go to, I know that overall the umbrella of my interests are education policy, which has been really nice with Junior Achievement because I'm able to tour the city of Chicago and really understand education at the root level versus like the legislation level. So I'm the founder and president of an organization called Fast Forward. It was inspired actually by my work with Junior Achievement. So I started becoming involved with Junior Achievement when I was in high school, so that was around 4 years ago. Became really inspired by the component of networking. I decided to develop a student startup called Fast Forward that develops informal networking opportunities for students. So we're teaching students to volunteer their time to become socially responsible leaders, but to also invest in themselves while investing in their communities by volunteering. So I was talking about the global marketplace, and as someone who's really interested in international issues, I was kind of able to see Junior Achievement at the international scope that it has, because I know that Junior Achievement is available throughout the world. So we were talking with students about like immigration policy, talking about their involvement, their identities. So I think it was a little bit more personal, a little closer to heart, and I really enjoyed seeing students kind of navigate their personal identities and put them in the marketplace. So that was one of my favorite ones today. They just think so differently than I think adults do, but I think that giving them that self-confidence and that approval, I think those are the continuous moments you see where you see an idea spark. I think a lot of times they just need the self-assurance, but I think that one of the greatest moments I've had is just being able to talk to students peer-to-peer in a way to allow them to see that any inspiration, any aspirations they might have of continuing their higher education, that's possible because they see me doing it, and since I am a peer, there's that click in the fact that they can see that they can also aspire to have a higher education. So I think there are a lot of transferable skills. I think one of them is just being able to like stand in front of a classroom and deal with students of all different identities, humors, things like that. I think that's one of the greatest things. Just being able to present yourself with confidence, being very adaptable. A large challenge oftentimes is that I think a lot of students, are interested in their education, right? But how you gauge their interest is very challenging, right? So you have various kinds of personalities, and I think that sometimes gauging those interests and being able to work with those personalities is the toughest part. But I think that's also why I enjoy working with Junior Achievement so much, is because it's more of an experiential learning, but it's very active. So for those students who might not necessarily always enjoy, reading books or being very academic, it's a way for them to kind of exercise their interests and their passions and become a little bit more involved. So the challenge is always, gauging different students' interests, but I think that Junior Achievement fulfills that challenge in many ways. If you put all your time and effort in something that's a little bit larger than yourself, I think it pushes you. You have this inner drive that's very different to a student who might just stay in their college bubble. And I think it's this two-way relationship where you're investing in your community, but you're also investing in yourself, right? So we've talked about transferable skills. Yes, I'm investing in my community, I'm working with kids, I'm learning from them, but I'm also doing a lot more for my own personal growth. So I would encourage students to just really look at that avenue, that two-way relationship where you're investing in others, but you're also investing in yourself.